Hello, and welcome to Beering in Mind Beer Reviews. Today we're going to take a look at another beer from Shiga Kogen Brewery, which is located in Nagano Prefecture in Japan. And we're in the middle of a series of limited beers, or special release beers. In the past we looked at 8 of their regular lineup beers, and now we're looking at 6 special release beers or limited edition beers. And today's beer is a very special one. It's a collaboration with Pipeworks Brewing. And Shiga Kogen and Pipeworks made 2 beers. This one is called UFO, and we'll talk about it in a minute, why it's called UFO. But first, a little bit about Shiga Kogen Brewery. Shiga Kogen Brewery is located in Yamanouchi in Nagano Prefecture, which is the northern part. It's in the northern part of the prefecture, and it's quite cold in winter and snowy. Shiga Kogen is best known as a ski resort area, and so it's quite crowded in winter with skiers and tourists from many countries who want to appreciate the snow there. And the brewery is, the family brewery is called Tamamura-Honten. That is their base business. It was a sake business, and they've been going since 1805, and now they also brew beer. They started that in about 2004, and very quickly became one of the better brewers in Japan. They grow a lot of their own ingredients, which is nice. Most breweries tend to import most of their ingredients. Shiga Kogen claims to use up to 20% of the hops in their beers, which are homegrown hops, and then in their special Yamabushi barrel-aged Saison series, 100% of their own homegrown hops. They sponsor a beer festival in February each year, and it is called Snow Monkey Beer Live. It's a music and beer festival, and brewers from all over Japan and some from abroad as well come for the festival. And they have a tap room where you can, which is attached to the brewery, you can sample a variety of their beers. And they have a restaurant and bar called the Farmhouse, which is not far away. And finally, they have a sake museum where you can learn about the history of sake making as well. So they are very successful as a beer brewer, and in my opinion, they are in the top 5 craft beer brewers in Japan, definitely. Well, let's get on to this beer here. This is this UFO, Shiga Kogen Pipeworks UFO, is a 9% Imperial Stout. And they call it a milk stout, Imperial milk stout, on their website, with fruit and coffee. It includes blueberries, raspberries, and coffee. And the coffee is special, it's called Aricha Ethiopia, and it's roasted by a company called Trunk Coffee in Nagoya. And they're pretty famous coffee roasters in Japan. And they have collaborated with Shiga Kogen before on other beers. So the coffee comes from Nagoya, from Trunk Coffee. It also includes lactose. The name UFO is supposed to be unidentified fermented object. Not unidentified flying object, but unidentified fermented object. And the reason is that with all the ingredients, it doesn't really fit any single style. It will be classed as an Imperial Stout, but they call it a milk stout, but it includes fruit and it includes coffee. So this has been aged for a while. This was produced in February of 2019, so about a year ago, bottled then, and it was aged for about 9 months before it was bottled. So it's been put in its time. So it's time to give this a go, shall we? Okay, so it is a very dark, very dark brown, completely opaque, nothing on the edges that you can see through, and a kind of very thin, dark tan head. Aroma. Well, coffee comes through right away. Light chocolate, perhaps, maybe cocoa, actually. And the fruit comes through, most especially blueberry, definitely. Flavor. Lightly tangy or sourish fruit right away. The blueberry is strong. Coffee is there. Raspberry too. And maybe a hint of licorice. So this has got a variety of things going on in it here. The barrel-aged aspect I don't quite get here. In any case, this is very interesting. The body is perhaps a bit thin for the style, Imperial Stout. The flavors diminish rather rapidly, but it does have a strong tang on the tongue that continues throughout. Interesting, unusual, kind of hybrid beer. Once again, this is Shiga Kogen UFO, unidentified fermented object, a collaboration with Pipeworks Brewing. And give this a go if you happen to see it. It may not be around very long. It is available on their website, and I'll put a link to that below. So if you look at the information description section below, you'll see a link to the Tamamura-Honten website, and you can buy this beer online there. Okay, so give it a go and let me know what you think, and subscribe to the channel. Okay, we're going to be doing a lot more beers, especially Japanese beers. And this will be the last of the Shiga Kogens that we will do, but stay tuned, and we'll be up with some more beers very soon. Take care. Bye bye.